Exway is one of those companies that has been around since the beginning. They've used different style remotes. They created boards like the Atlas, which was, for its time, a massive battery, great smooth power, and awesome performance. They had the Tris truck system, which was actually CNC'd parts with forged parts as well too, which was also a step above competition at its time. They created boards like the Exway Wave, which was light years ahead of its time. I mean, literally plug and play hub drive or belt drive style trucks. I mean, they had the ESC built into the rear truck system, and it also had light up rear truck as well, giving you fully customized options and brake lighting well before its time. Oh, did I also mention completely hot swappable batteries? This is something that still, even to this date, is really not mastered, but yet this is over 3 years old right now. Exway always comes out with a level of R&D that just seems a step above. They come out with top-notch premium products and something along those lines that, just as light years and feels completely different than anything else on the market. Now is the next evolution of the flagship board, and it feels like that they've reached into the future and pulled something back. And it is the Exway Flex Paragon. What the actual was that? Let us go ahead and start off with the deck. Adopting the snowboard-like technology from the Flex Pro, this actually has an incredible amount of flexy and carve-like feel. And with the soft foam grip tape, it is really textured and really grippy, so it definitely gives you that locked-in snowboard-style feeling. The total overall length being 38.5 inches, and at the widest point 10 inches on the heel-toe flare edges, it really does have a perfect stance as far as the street board style goes. So as you can see here with the concave of the board, yes, thank you, yeah, all right. The stick of truth, of course, the stick of truth, how do we forget the stick of truth? Anyways, yes, you can see here that the concave is very mild. There is a convex to it that when you stand on it, it does bounce. That's the whole snowboard technology. It's got this flexiness to it. And you can see it's actually very well balanced pretty much everywhere. No crazy rolling or anything along lines that way. But it does have this really aggressive heel-toe edge right here that locks you into place. And still pretty decent that it's not going anywhere else other than the back end here. Once you get over that hump, it spins back. There is a lot to talk about this deck, and we've just scratched the surface with it, but let's come back to that in a bit. Let's go ahead and flip this board over, and man, are you greeted with a beautiful underlooking deck. These large belt drive motors, this beautiful battery pack with built-in lights, which we'll get to in a second. And again, the 8-inch Tris trucks is making a return on here, and these things, tried and true, do a fantastic job at carvability and stability. And let us start off with the massive upgrades that they've made to the actual battery system. It is a 14S 2P 58.8 volt system with the P42 molicell cells. Really high-end quality there. At 403 watt hours with capability of going up to a 500 watt charger, this thing can go from 0 to 100% charge in less than 1 hour, completely eliminating range anxiety as we know it. If a 500 watt charger wasn't enough to ease your range anxiety woes, let's just go ahead and quickly talk about how this thing is an actual hot swappable battery system that under 10 seconds goes ahead, pulls that off, and you're good to go. What? Yeah, hot swappable battery. So 403 watt hours of a molicell P42A, you get a total of 14S2P configuration, and you can just go ahead and swap it out whenever you want. So if 500 watt hours of charging isn't enough, bring another battery. And one of my favorite features isn't the fact that it's hot swappable, it's also the fact that it has a USB-C charger in here, 60 watt output. So your cell phone, laptop, remote, any USB device, you can go ahead and charge it up from your actual battery. From the battery, let us roll back to the ESC. This brand new 3.0 technology has been utilized in a few other boards like the Flex Pro and the brand new Atlas Pro, but now gives you the option of the Eskate app. On top of that, it also gives you over-the-air updates, which lets you know that if future-proofing yourself is something you're worried about, you don't have to do that with this. You're able to go ahead and get updates with new features or available options down the road. The brand new 3.0 ESC is a 50 amp ESC, giving you plenty of amperage to power your 3058 watt motors. Speaking of motors, these are the custom Hobbywing motors for Exway. They are the 4240 160 kV motors. Plenty of torque and power to get you up to speed without hesitation whatsoever. On the original Flex Pro, it actually had the top end speed on one of my top 5 showdown videos. Check that out up here. And these even have more power, so there's a lot more to love here. With a 14 teeth and a 36 teeth pulley, this is actually a 2.6 gear ratio, giving you an incredible amount of speed and torque off the line. It also has these really weird belts on here that are like no to water, yes to beer, no to a burger, yes to video games. Whatever it is, I'm here for it, and I love a little bit of an Easter egg that's on there. Another one of my favorite features is the motor connectors, and they're so easy to spin on and off, which is actually probably a negative here because it's a little too easy to spin on and off. And I noticed some rattling when I was riding this thing, and upon inspection, one of these things just actually spun all the way back, but obviously very easily didn't disconnect along those lines when I was riding, just pushed it back on, spun it back on, gave it a good tight squeeze, and it's good. You should always make sure when you get a brand new board to check that everything's tight. Screws, everything lines that way, just an air of caution.
Let us go ahead and dive into the trucks here. Tried and true, the Tris truck system is absolutely fantastic. It is one of those perfectly balanced systems, CNC and forged parts, 8 inches, with 2 tall double barrel bushings inside of it. This gives you perfect amount of stability and carvability, which in my opinion is the best of both worlds. On top of that, the 90mm by 64mm 78A durometer street wheels, urethane wheels, are perfect. Grippy, they have enough soft cushion inside them that allows you to get that maximum amount of carve, and you don't feel every single crack in the road. You still feel the road. So as you can see, the flexiness of the deck paired with these Tris trucks overall is just a phenomenal combination. The smooth output of the ESC 3.0 technology just gives you total confidence in this board. And that deck really does have this like snowboard-like technology inside of it that when you hit that heel toe edge, this thing just responds to every snap that you put into it. The motors, plenty of power. I mean, no problem whatsoever. The battery, it is 32 degrees out right now. It is freezing cold. And I've been riding for 7 miles and I just dropped my first bar out of 4 on here. So 14S 2P configuration with the P42 cell mollies, definitely a fantastic cold weather battery. But spring's around the corner, so looking forward to that. It's got some great output.
And possibly the most innovative piece of tech isn't actually the board, it's the remote. This is the brand new Rexus remote from Exway, and it is just packed with technology inside of this thing. I mean, honestly, this is the reason why I've dubbed Exway as the Swiss Army knife of the Eskate world. I'm actually going to be doing a more in-depth review on just the remote in a later video, so go ahead if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button and make sure you thumbs up for content. But this thing is so feature-packed that it's got an insane amount of technology, and I just want to briefly go over one of my favorite features that are on this. So one of my favorite features is obviously this is meant for a street urban commuting style board. It's meant to rip up the roads and be able to go through cars, traffic, whatever it may be. The best feature about that is that it actually has built-in turn signal integration. Double-clicking this button here and leaning your hand will show you that you're making a right-hand turn. Double-clicking again, left-hand signal. It's just one of those features that Exway is utilizing the lights inside of this board for safety features as well. The second thing is not only is this a full color screen remote, but it's a touchscreen remote as well too, giving you full access to go ahead and changing things on the go. Color light selection, other features as well. Just an insane amount of technology packed inside a little tiny remote like this. It actually has these quick attachment pieces here. These quick release systems allow you to actually have a rail system that allows you to attach not only your lights, maybe an action camera, and a few other things down the road as well. They thought of the ergonomics and the overall feel of it. It's really just a nice, powerful board in the hand. It also has a built-in reverse switch, letting you know that once you click it over, indicating to which way the actual board is supposed to be going. And when you pull back, braking there. Forward again, braking in the back. Exway really is taking a step above when it comes to technology for this entire system. This remote truly does have a ton of different unique features, and I've just touched briefly on them. There's stuff like left-handed mode and park mode, neutral gear mode. There's a ton of different things. Like I said, I'm going to actually be making a full-length video probably just on this alone, and if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button down below and thumbs up for the video to see that feature. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about the deck now. This is actually what Exway has dubbed the Bifrost 2.0, the 1.0 being what was on the Exway Wave. What the Bifrost is, if you're unfamiliar, is a Norse mythology that allows you to have a rainbow bridge from Asgard to Midgard. So basically riding a bridge to the gods. And they kind of nailed it. It's not the fact that there's lights inside the deck, it's the fact that there's over 200 lights inside the deck that are each customizable with different colors and modes. And as great as that is with having customizable lights and looking super cool, the fact is that Exway took it one step further and made these lights indicating for alarms, what gear mode you're in, battery percentage, tons of different features. So it's not just a really pretty show to look at, it's got a ton of tech built into it still. This was actually a really unique system here, is that when my remote battery power was almost critically low, the board lit up red and everything was still functioning, but it just lets you know that, hey, maybe you didn't check your battery remote before you left, you should charge it up a little bit. Oh, why don't you go ahead and plug it into your battery on your board and charge it up quickly with a 60-watt charger that's supplied off your battery. Another great feature at a quick glance is that you can go ahead and click on the gear changing, gear mode 2, 3, 4/turbo mode, or gear 1, all at a glance. I demoed this before, but again, just so cool. Double click, turn right, your right indicator's on, double click, turn left, left indicator's on there. Pull back on the brake, still indicates that there's braking going on. And I touched briefly on this as well before, but pulling back on the board, brake lights on top of the underground brake lights that are actually built into your battery. It also has intelligence, where if you're in forward mode, brake light in the back there, reverse mode, brake light in the front there. It's just tech, and again, at its finest. Not to mention, you can just go ahead and choose whatever color you want. Swipe over, click your color select, and then the endless rainbow of colors options you want, you can completely choose it to whatever you want. And it does breathing mode, fade mode, a lot of cool other modes as well.
So I think Exway took that model of street style boards, they added that premium battery pack, custom ESC, the custom motors, and obviously the deck with all that technology paired with this remote just really has checked a lot of boxes. Let's talk numbers here. The 500-watt potential charging possibility inside there is absolutely insane, giving you that long range that you want on group rides. Or if you really are concerned about it, go ahead and bring another battery and swap it out in under 10 seconds. So the Flexi deck, coupled with the Tris trucks and the grippy wheels, really gives you an overall very planted feeling. The low center of gravity on this board is absolutely fantastic, and the carve feel is really, really nice. So is this the board for you? It seems that these street style boards every year are just getting better and better. With boards these days, bigger batteries, different wheel options, even gear drives on street style boards, this is just getting a bit ridiculous, but also major benefit for us as consumers. We're definitely benefiting from these companies being able to pump out better performance at a lower price. And honestly, just a few years ago, hub drive boards being the main focus of everything, belt drive wasn't even heard of, gear drive wasn't even a thought, and it's just insane to see this technology packed inside these small boards nowadays with this awesome premium battery cells, premium ESCs, everything along those lines that way. Exway has always been a top performer in my opinion, with out-of-the-box thinking and R&D, making stuff like the Rexus remote, these decks, the Atlas Pro with the aux pack inside there, insane fast charging capabilities. They just seem to always be almost ahead of the curve when it comes to anything as far as first to market. And then that eventually trickles down through the other system. Tons of boards now have lights built into the deck. Gear drive is now readily available in all the other products, and hot swappable battery systems is just starting to get to that.
This board really shows that Exway is always looking to innovate and make proper products that showcase new ideas and new features. you are someone that likes high voltage, fast charging capability, beautifully done decks, incredible features that are incorporated throughout the design, then you should go ahead and take a look at this board. Exway is definitely a leader in this innovation in this category. And if you are interested in picking up any of the Exway products, please use EXDREW at checkout to support this channel directly, and trust me, I truly appreciate it. Until next time, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and as always, wear a helmet. See you in the next one. Peace.